figure out whether it includes the +1.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because how much would it be now?
Celebrating failure sessions.
How much would it be now? I think it get reduced, to be honest.
Yeah. But I'll give you the email just at the end. And email it and CC me and just say, can I have 3 to 4 tickets? And then she'll go through and move it. I think that's the easiest way to do it.
So what's the justification for making it free for TfL staff in a period of time where we are cost-cutting everywhere else?
I think because the NXL has got such a bad rep and rap along the business. This is part of the internal engagement plan. What I said to my boss, nobody's going to engage with us if we're not free. So the free is the hub, and then we can build on that and try to change perceptions. But there's so many, especially here in Europe, there's so much bad energy because it's not free. People have to pay to go on. So they're like, people don't tell customers where it is. They talk about it badly.
And except for TfL as well, the rest of it is free and they can own it.
Separate.
But remember, your staff, you have access to so many other people, so if you tell relatives and friends, and that's where they're not going to. I didn't even. Somebody in our family went, and I thought, oh gosh, I wasn't really familiar or aware of it until they said, oh, it's fabulous. Okay, how are you feeling, David? You ready?
Ready is what?
Yeah. Do you want to close the door? Are you happy to have it open?
That's okay, there's no crowd.
Okay. So tell me.
About here?
Right, okay, I'm going to lift it up a bit.
Yes.
How tall are you?
6'4". 6'4". Yeah.
Good height.
Wow.
It's really tall.
Still growing.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone.
Hello.
So, nice to meet you all. I'm going to talk to you as if you're yourselves. So, I don't have a role in the underground. So this is my presentation. So we thought you may be interested. How I became a Hare Krishna, my journey. So this was. We all have journeys. They're very interesting things, right? Journeys. So that's the most interesting thing that I find about anybody. Their life, how they came to be, who they are. It's very interesting. So I'm even interested in my own journey, so I'll try and keep myself at least interested. I grew up, and then I remember saying to my father once, as I was leaving to travel the world when I was 21, he said, "What are you doing? Get a career, get a job." And I'd seen his friends, many people, successful or not successful, but they weren't happy. They had all different kinds of problems, just like most people. So I said, I just want to be happy and peaceful. That's all I want to do. I'm just looking for a way to be happy and peaceful. So that's when I went on started the journey, like Neo with his rabbit and everything. I didn't know where it was going to end up. I just went off to. I thought I'd go to India. So I got to the south of France, ran out of money. Changed my plans. Ended up in Amsterdam for a few years, and had some interesting experiences there. Met different people, putting yourself in a different circumstance, you meet different people, and it's very interesting how life is viewed at one angle, then you meet other people and you can see it from a slightly different angle, So that's what gradually happened as I was meeting different people. And my modus operandi at that time was, I do research, but there's only so much you can find out about things by theory. So I like to jump in experience, and by experience then I found the faults of whatever it was would quickly make themselves obvious. So there were, different political ways of looking at things. A lot of people in Amsterdam at the time, they were anarchists or different kinds of anti-establishment figures. I was looking for an alternative to mainstream life. Not that I was, against everybody, but I could see that it wasn't satisfying everybody. So these people were very militantly just to bring everything down. But then, after a while, I realised that they were just taking government benefits and sitting around watching TV. I thought, no, that's not a positive alternative. So I left that, came back to the UK, and then gradually came into contact with different spiritual ways of doing things rather than political. I was going more spiritual. And so I was looking into Christianity, Buddhism, Muslim, anything. And then the Hare Krishna festival came to town after I'd read some books. And so I went to the festival. And what I really liked was how, I was listening to the philosophy, I was watching the dramas, and it was all nice and it was making sense. But I was sitting at the back watching how they were interacting with each other. And that was really attractive because everyone was friendly with everybody else. You could see there was a certain difference in their posture that it seemed to be common to all of them. There was some kind of humility there with each other and respect for each other. So I liked that. And then they served the food, and that was a real So I took a carry bag full of sweets and ate those for the next week. While I was at that festival, they could see that I was kind of interested. They said, if you're interested, come to the temple and learn to be a priest. So I thought that might be interesting. So I went to the temple for a festival. This is near Watford. It was given by George Harrison, 1970. And I ended up living there for 10 years, 10, 11 years. It was a wonderful experience. Yeah. I didn't have any money. I lived in this well up here.
Nice.
And it was, that was the best decision of my life. So I still live locally to the temple, but now I've been married for 17 years, as my wife tells me every day. Just 17 years, I can't believe it. The next day she still can't believe it. So that was, it's a wonderful place to live. My favourite place is the George Harrison Garden. It's after he died, he left, and they modelled this garden in remembrance of him. So there's about 10, 12 different statues, different works of art around the garden, all related to different stages of spiritual life, and all connected with his lyrics to all of his songs. And they got landscape gardeners in to model the garden. And then his wife came and said, this isn't how he'd like this garden. I'll remodel it all, do it at my cost. George Harrison has 20 full-time gardeners in his property. He liked his garden, 20 full-time gardeners, that's a lot of gardening.
Wow.
So they all came in and ripped the whole thing out and replanted it as he would like it. So it's very beautiful, very nice atmosphere. If you're ever in the area, pop in, have a walk around, get some nice flowers. So recently, I've been going to Hungary every year. There's a nice self-sufficient farm community over there. And it kind of embodies all of the ideals that I was looking for. There's people who are living there, they're working with the land, they don't get paid, they live on the property. It's a very simple atmosphere. I stayed there for 3 weeks, I didn't even step in a car, I was just walking everywhere. It was the things it does to the way you look at things, you just gradually slow down and become more peaceful. The world is such a helter-skelter place. We're all going so fast. And the world is telling us to get more, and we'll be happy. Well, posters have smiley faces with all the gadgets, but they're not actually the reason for happiness. It's something else. It's an emotional connection. It's actually people that make us happy. Spiritual, it's that connection with spirit, not with matter, that actually makes us happy. So that's what I like, because it's embodying it. This is the whole. This is the temple here. When I first went there, it was just fields. Now they have, there's the temple in the middle, all these houses. There's about 200 people live there. There's a school, farm. This is the altar. This is very beautiful. They grow their own flowers and they decorate them. This is on a festival here. And local, resident artists, all the artwork is done themselves. It's incredibly beautiful. And it's like it's life lived as an act of devotion. Like everything that they do, they put their heart and soul into it. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful place to go. This is a festival time, everybody's dancing. And yeah, I love singing and dancing. And this probably won't work. But I think it does. It's the maybe depends on the internet. But if it does, it's another side effect.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Can't hear it, right? Okay. Anyway, this is another side of Piccadilly Circus. Every Saturday night.
Every
we go,
Saturday.
Every Saturday night.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, so every Saturday night, if you go, they do a couple of circuits around the circus, underground. Everybody joins in, the police.
What time?
Yeah,
What, every week?
every week, Saturday night. Yeah.
What time?
What time?
Leave Surrey Street about 7:30. Get there about 9. Yeah, about 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in summary, this is how and a little bit of why I came to this way of life. I think it's done wonders for me. I've seen myself change as a person, and so has my mother. In the beginning, she was worried. Yeah, she's okay. So, and I've seen other people. It's very good. It's good. So I do it. Thank you for listening to me. Appreciate your time. I don't know if it's stuttery. Wasn't so. No? Wasn't. I don't know if it wasn't so organised thoughts wise. Could have been more. No? Okay. It was great. I'll send you a
Okay, can we please give feedback, David? It was happening peaceful.
So good, yeah.
Such a story.
So much better than you point, actually.
It was really calm and considered, and you don't have a really loud voice, but it doesn't matter because
Yes.
you draw people in. Like I was just kind of enthralled
Yeah,
the
me
whole,
too.
Yeah.
the whole time, and really good use of humour, really good stance, and yeah, no, I thought it was really good.
You don't fidget at all, not like many of us, and you know, you're a strong person, but you're like your voice. I just feel like I've listened to a story. You could tell, you could read storybooks. They're just, it's lovely. I think in terms of, I've got so many questions, and I just wonder if, in another time you were doing this presentation, if you, the pace and everything was wonderful, and I'm not detracting from that because it was lovely to listen to, and it was refreshing that it wasn't loads of information. But I've got more questions about actually the whole practice of it and what happens, and I suppose if another time you could fit a little bit more in and just drill down a bit into some detail. But you're captivating in your voice, and I feel so calm. I think everyone does. Like, it's a real credit and a real positive of you as a person. So. It's all right.
I feel like you really relaxed into a flow a lot better this time than before. I know you mentioned it yesterday that you said you weren't really sure how you sounded and you felt like you couldn't flow properly, but today I think everyone would agree today it was so smooth and it flowed perfectly, and I don't think you stuttered or stopped at all. It was really, really good.
Really interesting and good to get insight into the world. But I would agree the questions. The questions would be